If you've been taking magnesium for sleep and it only helped a little or it didn't help at all, there are several good reasons for that. And I know you have done the research on magnesium and sleep. You've looked into the different forms. Maybe you started with magnesium glycinate because it's gentle on the stomach and it's one of the more commonly recommended forms for sleep and relaxation. Or maybe you went with magnesium citrate. It's widely available, absorbs well, and it's often the one people reach for first. You may have come across magnesium l-threonate, the one marketed for brain health because it's shown to cross the blood-brain barrier more readily than other forms. Maybe you've looked at magnesium oxide or taurate paired with taurine, often recommended for cardiovascular support, or malate, linked to energy production and sometimes suggested for muscle soreness or fatigue. You may have switched between them. You've adjusted the dose and timing, and your sleep improved a bit, or it didn't improve at all. The issue isn't the form, it isn't the dose, and it isn't the brand. I will walk you through why magnesium alone isn't solving your sleep, what the research shows about who magnesium supplementation helps and who it doesn't, and three things you can do for your sleep if magnesium hasn't been enough so you know what to focus on to get the brain protective sleep you want. My 3 a.m. decoder helps you find your potential 3 a.m. wake up causes. It's personalized to you and it's free. The link is in the description. Hi, I'm Kat Fu of the Longevity Vault. I have 2 master's degrees, including one in biomechanical engineering from Stanford University. I've been in health optimization since 2007 with the focus on sleep and longevity and sleep for longevity. So, why isn't magnesium enough? Magnesium alone is not enough to solve everyone's sleep problems because not all sleep problems are caused by low magnesium. Magnesium supports calming physiology. It's involved in over 300 reactions in the body, and for sleep, a relevant one is its role in enhancing GABA activity. GABA being your brain's primary calming neurotransmitter, and this can support a calmer nervous system. If someone is low in magnesium, restoring adequate magnesium levels can help sleep. But if someone isn't low in magnesium, more magnesium does not create better sleep. And magnesium does not solve sleep problems that aren't related to magnesium in the first place. A 2025 randomized control trial of 155 healthy adults with poor sleep found the overall effect of magnesium supplementation was small. When they looked at subgroups, the people with lower baseline magnesium intake improved more. The people already getting adequate magnesium levels showed less benefit. In other words, the benefit of magnesium supplementation tops out once the magnesium deficiency is no longer present. So, magnesium can be relevant, but it's not a universal solution for all sleep problems. So, going back to the original question, when someone says, I've been taking magnesium for sleep and my sleep is still not great, what's going on? It usually means magnesium probably helped a bit, but not enough because they've addressed some of the sleep obstacles, but not all. In many people with long-standing sleep problems, the causes extend beyond magnesium status. If the issue is staying asleep, early wake-ups, short sleep, and alertness that feels out of proportion to what's going on in your life, then we're usually looking at sleep physiology that's unaffected by magnesium supplementation and oftentimes standard sleep hygiene strategies. A 2023 study of nearly 1,000 adults found that insomnia was present in 54% of participants, regardless of magnesium status. In other words, the sleep maintenance problems, waking in the middle of the night, difficulty returning to sleep, were not explained by magnesium. Sleep and maintenance problems can reflect circadian timing, cortisol dysregulation, midlife hormonal changes, metabolic issues, inflammation, reflux, pain, or other factors. Magnesium may influence some of these pathways, but it is unlikely to resolve all of them on its own. If you're not sure which of these apply to you, the 3 a.m. decoder helps you find your likely causes based on your sleep patterns. It's free, and the link is in the description. So, here are 3 things you can do with what you now know about magnesium and sleep. First, find out whether magnesium deficiency was part of the issue in the first place. Consider your dietary intake. Are you consistently getting magnesium rich foods like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and legumes? If your diet is low in magnesium, supplementation may be addressing an actual deficiency, and continuing might make sense. If your intake is already adequate and magnesium has only helped a little, the remaining sleep disruption is more likely to involve factors beyond magnesium. Second, separate what magnesium helped from what it didn't. If your sleep improved a bit when you started supplementing, even a little, that tells you magnesium status or intake may have been one contributor. So write down what's still happening. Are you still waking in the middle of the night? Is it hard to fall back asleep? Is the alertness out of proportion to what's going on in your life? Whether you wake at 2, 3, 4, or 5 a.m., whether you feel wired or just awake, these details point to different causes and different next steps for your sleep improvement. Third, start looking beyond magnesium. If you've been cycling through forms and doses and your sleep hasn't changed, the remaining issue likely isn't magnesium. The next step is to match your sleep disruption pattern to the right approach. Exercise and stress management for autonomic balance, gut support and metabolic health for inflammatory load, reflux evaluation, hormonal evaluation if your sleep changed in midlife without your lifestyle changing. If you've built a bedtime stack, magnesium, glycine, L-theanine, tart cherry, maybe ashwagandha, and your sleep still isn't where you want it, your sleep disruption is coming from physiology unaffected by these compounds. The stack may not be wrong, it may simply be incomplete for the sleep disruption pattern you have. What's waking you up at 3 a.m. is often identifiable and quite addressable once the pattern and causes are clear. If you're not sure what that pattern is, the 3 a.m. decoder helps you identify your likely wake up causes. It's free and the link is in the description. By the way, if you're waking up at 3 a.m. and you don't feel any heartburn or reflux, it might still be reflux waking you, especially past midlife. I break down how that happens and 4 strategies that can help reduce reflux driven 3 a.m. wake ups. I'll link to that video right here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.